So technically this tag that I'm doing should have been done like 2 weeks ago, because the New Year's was like 2 weeks ago. When I first saw these tags, I wasn't really sure if I wanted to do them or not, because I'm not really into resolutions. I finally decided that I was going to do it. I got this tag from 2 people, Char's New Chapter and Becca Be Awesome Be a Book Nut. So they both did this separately, but I saw KASSIDY VOINCHE do hers, and she combined them both. And when I was looking at the questions that they both did, I realized that sounded like a great idea, because both of them had really good questions, but some of them kind of interlapped, and some of them I didn't want to do in ones and the others, so I kind of like put them both together like she did with hers. Copycatting for the win! Anyways, let us just begin with the first question. I don't know what I'm doing with my head. Classic you'd like to read. Well, I do read a lot of classics throughout the years, so it's not like it's something that I really need to get on top of or anything. But the one classic that I bought recently, and I'm really The Woman in White by Wilkie Collins. It's a mystery type book, and I talked more about it in my book haul, so if you haven't seen that, you can go check it out. I'll put a link below if I remember. And it sounds like a really great book, and I'm excited to read it, so that is what it's going to be this year. The second question is a book that you've had for ages and I want to read this year. And that book would have to be The Unlikely Pilgrimage of Harold Fry. This book is one book where it wasn't just sitting on my shelf, no, but I like tried to read it like hundreds of times in the past year. But every time I chose to pick it up, I was in a reading slump. So it was just not going for me at all. And I've been feeling really disappointed in myself because of that, because this book was one of my most looked forward to reading ones. That didn't come out right. But I've been really looking forward to reading this book. It sounds really great, and I just don't know what happened to me when it came to this book. Oh my gosh, gotta read it. Okay, so that is the one that will definitely be read this year. Then a big book that you want to read. So I have tons of big books. Well, books I consider big. But the one that I am definitely wanting to read is The Lord of the Rings. I'm excited to read it. I've already read the first part of the book. Technically the first book, if you want to call it that. But I kind of got sidetracked by other books, so it will happen this year. An author you previously read and want to continue on with their work. I have several of them, and they would be Marcus Zusak, Rainbow Rowell, David Mitchell, Agatha Christie, and Sarah Dessen. 5 authors that I've only read one of their books, but I really, like, seriously want to get more of their books. They're all fantastic authors, and they're just, the writing is so amazing, and the book that I read was super amazing. A book that you got for Christmas that you are really looking forward to reading this year, and that would have to be Pillars of Earth by Ken Follett. This is a book that I actually didn't ask for, and I really didn't know anything about it when I opened up my present, but when I read the synopsis, it sounded super amazing, and oh my gosh, I'm so excited. It looks like it's going to be an epic read. It's a huge book. But it feels like it's going to be one of those books where I just fly right through. Series you want to finish. You've already started the series, but you still need to finish it. So I have a lot of series that I need to finish. I need to finish the Outlander series by Diana Gabaldon, the Song of Ice and Fire. I need to finish off the Robert Langdon series. And then I also need to finish, I'm thinking about it, I need to finish reading the Ender's Game series, the Lonesome Dove series, the Inheritance Cycle series, the Lonesome Dove series, and the Harry Potter series. So that's a lot of series that I need to finish. For the most part, I have all the books. I just need to read them. Also, I just forgot the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo series. So that's a lot of series that I need to finish. I mean, I know other people have more, but to me that's way more than I ever expected to have in series. And I really don't like reading books that are series all that much. This question is a question that they both asked, so it's combined together. The first part of Char's and the question from Becca's, and that would be, do you set reading goals? Yes, I do. I set reading goals every year, and I think that's just so that I can have a challenge. So when it comes to reading goals, I don't, usually it's just to set a number of books I want to try to get to by the end of the year, but this year my one reading goal other than that is to finish my whole TBR pile. I have a whole bunch of books that I've gotten in the past year, and I'll put a link down below to my 2014 TBR pile video that I did that showed you all the books that I need to read, and that does not include the ones I got for Christmas, except for the one. Them all piled out over there, and I just really want to read them this year because I didn't last year, and I feel guilty about that. So that is my reading goal, except for the fact that I set a number of books that I want to read. And that goes into the next question, which is, how many books did you challenge yourself to read for this year? And that would be 70 books. I want to read 70, and I'm thinking that I'll be able to get further than that because I'm doing pretty good so far. What is the book that you did not read in 2014 that you will definitely read in 2014? That's a whole lot of books for me to choose from because, like I've said before, I want to finish all of my books that are in my to-be-read pile. But the one that I think I'm looking forward to reading the most, and definitely will want to finish this year, is Snowflower and the Secret Fan. It sounds very intriguing, and it deals with a different culture than the one that I am in. So that will be intriguing and exciting. It's something different for me to read. What is one thing you hope to accomplish in your reading slash booktubing slash vlogging year of 2014? For blogging, I do have a blog, but it's a very random type blog. Usually I'll just share the videos that I do on here there for the ones that don't tend to go to YouTube to watch. Also, I just show my photographs there and random stuff that I want to write. So I don't really have any goals other than just to keep up with it. Booktube, mainly just to get a video up twice a week, or at least once a week. I have a schedule that I will at least have 2, but that might change depending on certain things, mainly topics. So that is my goal for booktube. For my reading, I pretty much talked about it. I just want to chug through my to-be-read pile to get to my 70 book goal for the year. And the one thing that I did not mention at all is that I want to use the library more often. And I think that counts as a reading goal because I want to read more books from the library instead of always buying them. And I have been doing that more often this year, or rather last year and starting this year, but I want this to be a continual goal for each year. Something to keep fresh in my mind so I'm not letting myself wander back into the buying arena. So those are my goals. So that was my New Year's resolution tag eggs. Go and check out Char's News chapter and Becca's channels and their tag. I will put their video down below to go check them out because their videos were really great and I enjoyed watching them. And tell me below what your reading and booktube goals are for this year, and I will see you in the next one.